Thank you, dear parents, for joining me this evening today. And today, since the mothers are there, I just wish to talk to you on a very, very basic, part of education, which can make or break the children. As you know, dear mothers, you are aware these days our children are going through a very, very difficult times. They are neither Westerners nor Indians. They're somewhere in between. They're trying to follow others. They don't know what to do. There is nobody in the community to guide them. There's nobody in the schools to, mend them. Because in schools also there is a pressure these days that you complete the syllabus, you complete the curriculum, you complete what you are supposed to do on blackboard through chalk and talk. But unfortunately, what for India was known for creating thinkers, for creating the creators, for producing the people who will excel throughout the world. Somehow, in past 10-15 years, our system was derailed. I say this with my full conviction and with the utmost responsibility. But I'm very happy. Now the new schools which are coming up, especially the schools like Mount Litera's, they are coming up with a blend of the global exposure and Indian values. If you connect back to your past, to your childhood, you see, you used to have role models in the house itself. At least I had two role models in my life. One my father and other one was my mother. I never had Salman Khan, Shah Rukh Khan or Katrina Kaif or anybody else to that matter as my role model. So this is one thing I wanted to talk to you today, that how mothers can make a difference in the life of the children. I would like to share with you two things today. One of my personal, other one which I gained through experience. As our Honorable RSD, my colleague Indu read about me in the first paragraph, the first line, I don't know she picked up from website or where. So this is true. I was declared not fit for education by a very, very famous palmist, Pandit, the people who forecast the future. And this gentleman was known for his forecasts. This gentleman was known for his very, very clear and 100% sure forecasts. I was a student in grade 7 or 8 maybe. That time I was declared that there is no Vidya in his hands. Okay. So I don't remember. I mean, I was a small child. So I didn't know whether they are talking of Vidya the Saraswati or Vidya Balan. I don't know. Okay. So my entire family got disturbed. I was disturbed. Because if this Pandit is saying, who has been known for his forecasts, it is for sure I can't study. I don't have the education line in my hands. Okay. So this is where the mother roles comes in, which I wanted to see each mother sitting here like my mother. I wanted to, whenever I see a female, I see my mother in her when she has a child. What my mother did, she called me in a corner in the house when I was disturbed. And she said that we will prove this Pandit wrong together. And I am there with you. You need not be worried. We will make sure. And she told me that you will not be only passing the class, but you will be topping the class. That was the basic minimum benchmark my mother gave to me. And she said one word. I belong from Uttar Pradesh, where Hindi is the mother tongue. So she says, I will repeat this in English. She says, कि जब भी तुम पास होके आओगे पंडित के मुंह पे तमाचा मारोगे, तमाचा, some of you may have understood. So she told me that every result you get, you must slap this Pandit. She didn't tell me go and slap him physically. She taught me how to go and slap him. The first mark sheet when I got and I passed in the class, rather topped in the class. So she took me to the Pandit and she asked me to face him and tell him what I wanted to tell him. I said, look, old man, I have proved you wrong. And you know, children enjoy proving others wrong. You agree with me? I mean, the rule of this discussion would be, if you agree with me, you will show me thumbs up. If you disagree with me, you will show me thumbs down. Okay, choice is yours. And I want it to be transparent. I will welcome this also because this will help me to improve myself. Okay, so you have heard my qualifications. I have done MSc, MEd, PhD, MBA, LLB, and I have highest degree and only Indian in India who got the highest degree of Australia in terms of training and assessment. And my entire education has been sponsored by Government of India and Government of other states or other countries. I'm still working for the countries of 46 countries, you know, for advising them in education. A child who does not have education line in his hands is working in education and working very well. I'm satisfied. So can I give this credit to my mother or to myself? If mother show me this, if to myself show me this, can I give this credit to my mother? I wanted you to involve. I don't need silent spectators or mute, you know, spectators. You need to involve with me. Then only I would be able to talk my heart out to you. Okay. So credit goes to my mother. Okay. This is the one story which I wanted to share with you. And that is the day when my mother made so much of difference to my life. Every female, you know, whom I meet, I try to find my mother in that female. Especially those mothers who have children at home. That can you also do the same difference to your child? And I come from a very, very poor, rural, uneducated, unexposed, underdeveloped or not at all developed rural background of Uttar Pradesh. You all are sitting in a metro. You have so much of experience. My mother was not very highly educated. Okay. So this is one, I want each mother to be like this. I'm just cutting short the story, though it is too long for my life. And it makes me emotional when I talk about it. Second thing I wanted to share with you today, and I want you to choose carefully because I'm going to run that project with you in and out. Second, a small little story I wanted to share with you is, you all have seen eagles. You all have seen pigeons. So I have a concept which I'm running these days with my colleagues, education beyond books. So education beyond books is a concept which Z-Learn is bringing into the schools, that whatever you are teaching in the books, that is information, that is not education. If you agree with me, you can show me. If you disagree with me, you can show me thumb down. Okay. What we are teaching in the books is merely information, not education, let me tell you. Whatever you go back and see in your future, in your past, whatever you were taught in class 12th, are you using this in your life? Whatever you were taught in class 10th, are you using that in your life? So much so, whatever you were taught in your BTech, BSc, BA or MA or MSc or MTech, you are not using that. What you are using in your life is what you have imbibed. Not through the books, but what you have made things permanent in your mind, in your heart, in your entire ecosystem. That is education. And that is something I wanted to bring in all Indian schools. And I'm happy that we have already started doing this in our all Mount Literacy schools. Our team has taken it very, very positively. When I was meeting your principal, I just shared my thoughts that I wanted to make one center of excellence which becomes exemplary for entire ecosystem in under every one RSD, one school. Before anybody else could raise the hand, I'm proud to announce with you, and I'm really thankful to your principal, who was the first to raise hand that my schools to become the center of excellence. Can we give her a big hand, please? Huh? Without having spoken to the management, because she was online with me. She has the courage, she has the trust in her management that she can make this school as a center of excellence, wherein people will come from entire country to see how you are delivering education, not information, education. Okay. So let me congratulate you. Your children are in a very, very right hands, very, very powerful hands, let me tell you. This principal is not going to leave things to any chance. She is going to make sure that things are done, implemented, and tested, assessed, and all. And she has a long experience. I can make out I mean, I have not met her in person, but whatever I could interact with her, you have a brilliant principal. So I'll come back to the story. So eagle moms, I have a concept called eagle moms versus pigeon moms. So each one of you might be aware, I'm just reiterating for the sake of repetition. Eagles are the birds which are known most powerful bird in the world and most powerful creature on the planet. This creature is so powerful that it can fly high up to 12 kilometers with 10 times weight in the jaws. Okay. So none of us can lift even 10 times weight of us. If I am 40 kg, can I lift 400 kg? No. If I am 80 kg, can I lift 800 kg? No. Can't do that. But eagles are able to do it. And they are able to fly. How they are able to become so strong? Credit goes to mother. What their mothers are doing is, the moment the baby starts developing the feathers, wings, this mother catches up the baby, flies up to 12-kilometer height. From measurement perspective, let me tell you, 12 kilometers height is almost equivalent to the height on which you see the flights. Okay. So up to that height, this mother flies with the baby and leaps the baby from that height, 12-kilometer heights. And baby comes down, coming down, is afraid that I'm gone, I'm finished. And this mother is flying just above this baby. Almost 100-200 meters before it lands on the earth, she catches up the baby and then goes up again 12 kilometers. And she keeps on repeating till the child is able to fly. That makes the eagle strong. Here, second kind of mother which I can quote here is the pigeon. We are all observant. We have all seen the pigeons. When cat comes, what pigeon does? Pigeon will close its eyes. That you do whatever you want to do. I can't do anything. Right? I know mother can't be a pigeon mother. That is why I have chosen this example. Mother will fight with anything to save the child, to make the child. I mean, You are the most powerful creature in the world in terms of protecting your child, grooming your child, raising your child. You bear all kinds of hardships in your life to raise your kids. And I'm sure no circumstance can lead you to become a mother like a pigeon mom. So can I see some hands up that I am going to be the eagle mom? Is there any eagle mom I can count here? So I'm recording this meeting. Okay. So those whose videos are off, they are not being recorded and they will be counted out of my network. Let me be very frank. So please switch on your videos. I wanted to see you because I'm going to connect with you later on. I'm not going to leave you. Okay. Great. I'm so happy that all wanted to become eagle moms. To create eagles for this country, and this country need eagles, not pigeons, let me tell you. And you have that power. You have that gift of God, which no one else has except mothers. Father may be how strong, whatever strength he may have, he cannot make the child what you can make out of a child. And that is the reason the mother is taken into the highest esteem in the world. Whether it is a human being's mother, or it is the mother of any creature for that matter. The most powerful relationship is of mother only. You can do anything for your child, I'm sure. So I have a concept. This concept will run in the schools on pilot basis on few mothers in the beginning. And then those mothers will be projected as role model mothers, not only to that school, but also to all schools in India. So I have finished my first round of discussions with a few schools where, like last time, I was talking to about 600 mothers of a school, and I asked that I need 50 first mothers who wanted to volunteer to be part of my project and wanted to become eagle moms. And this was on first come, first serve basis. So if this concept you like, the first 50 mothers can write their names in the chat. And this will be chosen on the basis of first come, first serve. I will be working very closely with those 50 mothers, making them role models for their own children, making you as role models for other children as well in the school, and then projecting you as role models for the country. So the first 50 mothers, I'm sure the principal and my RSD is hearing me. Whoever names come on chat on first come, first serve basis, no qualifications required. You don't have to have degrees in education. You only have to have the degree as mother. That's it. You may be uneducated, you may be highly educated, doesn't matter. Your being mother is sufficient for me. So 50 mothers will be made role models out of this school. And I can guarantee you, you bring a child to me whom you will say that this child, or entire world says that this child will not progress in life. Take written guarantee from me. If you can support, I will make sure that your child becomes one of the best child. Okay, nobody can stop. Every child is full of talent. Every child is full of brain. Only thing is we need to provide circumstances. So I will be talking to you very often, first to those 50 mothers and later to others also, on the concept which I wanted to launch. Academics has a limited role in anybody's life, very, very limited roles. Education has unlimited role. Academics is required to read, write, learn speak, no doubt, it's needed. But to conduct life, to make life, to shape life, you need education. If academics was everything, we would not have had Dr. Abdul Kalam. You would not have had me. I am a product of a government school. I used to sit in the mud with my own, that tat patti we used to call sack, right? So if academics was everything, you go back to your own people who have been successful. As much as I know about Dr. Abdul Kalam, he used to walk 13 kilometers to go to the school, and he used to, go through the river also. And there was nothing available to him. And the school was very shabby school. It was a government school. There was nothing. There were no teachers. And from there, hats off to his parents who gave us, a person like Dr. Abdul Kalam. And you have many more examples in your life, in your state itself. I have met a very good friend of mine, Dr. M. Annadurai. Dr. M. Annadurai has been a man behind the mission on Mars. Okay, and when he was in limelight, when this project was launched, I met him in Bangalore, and he narrated his story, what kind of background he comes from, and what kind of a school he got. I'm not playing down the role of schools. I'm trying to build the role of schools along with the strength we have in the parents. So academics at one side, but education at other side. So both will have to go simultaneously together. No education at the cost of academics, no academics at the cost of education. So we need to blend. That's why we in Z philosophy calls it blended learning designs. So when you will read any of our BLDs, you will find that most of concept is connected with the life, connected with the real education, connected with the practical requirements of life. Okay, this is what makes us different from other schools. Other question I had, do you believe in concept that only when the parents are educated, the child can have good education? What is your point, sir? Vada Lakshmi ji, thank you so much. Can you raise your hand so I can identify you? Okay. Okay. So, yes, I could see you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for asking such a wonderful question. I think I have answered in the beginning this question itself. Okay. My mother was not highly educated. Dr. Kalam's mother was not able to write and read. So mothers being educated is no qualification. If mother is educated, added value. If mother is not at all educated, being only mother is enough. And if mother becomes an eagle mom, everything is done in life. So nothing will force your child to feel failure in his life if you behave like an eagle mom. Now, I believe somebody should have asked me the question, how to become eagle mom. Maybe this question is coming up next. Okay. Anyone else?
One more question from the chat. Okay. Mr. Selvaraj has asked, can fathers be in the project of Eagle? Yes. Can fathers participate in Eagle project?
Wow, wow, wonderful, wonderful. I'm so happy to hear about this. See, I believe in first chasing the low-hanging fruits, and mothers are definitely low-hanging fruits from the child's perspective. Fathers normally keep busy in their businesses, jobs, and other things. Mother is the one who spends maximum time with the child. So this answer I have given at many places. Many fathers have asked me this, and many fathers are in fight with me on this, that why not me? Why my wife only? I keep saying that on a child, the amount of wearing, the amount of tolerance, the amount of contribution a mother has made, we fathers even can't think of doing that. So I wanted the mothers to be first eagle moms. Fathers can join them later as eagle dads. But the first priority has to be to the mother. Because amount of sufferings, amount of enjoyment, amount of pain, amount of everything mother has gone through with the child, no one else can even realize. Okay, I've seen my wife when she was raising my daughters. I would have gone to other room because my sleep was disturbing, but she never left the room. She was always on that bed. Child was always sleeping in the dry area and she was always sleeping in the wet area. So I mean, to me, fathers are equally important. There is no doubt about it. But mothers have a wonderful role to play. And if, let me tell you, I am fighting this battle in few families in North, where the male members of the family are saying that you don't have to become eagle mom because you are chasing my child all the time. You are creating tough circumstances for my child every time. And these mothers come back to me and ask me that, sir, how to handle with these people in my family. I always say that you are not born to give up. And I'm sure you will not give up. And they have not given up. Okay. So, sir, how to be an eagle mom? Yes. When the child comes back from school, I want your 10 minutes to the child. I will be doing this project in detail with you, but just giving you a snapshot information. I want you to give your patient hearing to the child for 10 minutes after he comes from the school. And that is the time where this device has to be switched off. No mobile, please. Because the child wants your undivided attention all the time. He does not want even father to be with him in between you and him. This mobile is not required. Okay. So, but in many families, what happens when child comes from school, mother is watching some serial. So child becomes a serial killer because the child has killed the serial, right? Obviously. Because for mother, many mothers, I'm not saying that any mother is sitting here of that kind. Many mothers, they feel that if I lose 10 minutes serial, I would not come to know who was the fourth husband of the third wife. Because in all those Saas Bahu serials, you know, mother-in-law, daughter-in-law serials, only these things are being projected. So this is one thing which I want mothers to dedicate. Second thing, I want you to give him those 10 minutes while he or she is speaking and you are listening. Normally, when child speaks, we cut the child very quickly. We reach to the judgments very quickly. We have not heard full sentence and we, give him the judgment. Child does not need that. Please listen to him for 10 minutes. He may have had various kinds of experiences in the school bus, in the classroom, on the sports ground, with the teacher, with the students, with the friends. So he needs at least 10 minutes to empty the glass. So you can fill this glass only when it is empty, let me tell you. You can't fill this glass when it is full. If you wanted to fill this glass, you can fill this much only. So you have to first empty the glass. And emptying glass is the 10 minutes task. So I hope those 10 minutes uninterruptedly, undividedly, you will be able to give to your children. Yes? No? Yes. Wonderful. I'm so proud. I'm so happy to be part of you and your families, And let me tell you, I don't believe in shabby relationships. I don't believe in temporary relationships. As I said that I look towards every female as my mother, I believe in long-term relationships. I wanted to see your child, grooming. Your child is blossoming. Your child is developing and growing every day. You are not alone in this war. I am there with you. And if it is war, everything is fair in love and war. And it is war, let me tell you, to shape the children. Because the children are being spoiled by many things in life. Many otherwise expose us. We need to protect our children. We need to protect their childhood also. Second thing which I want with you is that I will be sending a mechanism which you got to read and implement. For that, I need your only 2 minutes a day. 2 minutes a day means I have a concept of zero tuition school, no tuition in the school. Okay, and I wanted to achieve this in 100% MLZS across India. Why? There is a need. Need is there because the child is taught by a teacher, by a trained teacher, under the supervision of an able leader as a principal. Then the same child is taught by somebody else who is not handled by somebody, who is not trained by somebody, who is just a small time tutor. Child becomes a pendulum between the teacher and the tutor. So what I want is that tuition, since teachers are also, I presume that teachers are also sitting here, I want my teachers to join me passionately for the cause of saving the childhood of our children. The children, those who go for tuitions, not only the safety concerns, but otherwise also, they lose their childhood. They don't have the time to think creative. They are just mugging up. They're just cramming up. Reason being, the school teacher has also given some task. Tutor has also given some task. And child is unable to cope with them. So I wanted to save the childhood of the children. For that, I will be sending a mechanism wherein your child will sit for 10 minutes. You will be asking your child to write the doubts of the day. Child will write down the doubts of the day, whatever he has not understood throughout the day. You will just click a photo and you will just send that photo of doubts to the school dedicated mobile number. And from there, the teachers will take up in the evening. So I request earnestly with the folded hands to all my teachers, please dedicate 40 to 45 minutes in the evening to each child. I've been doing this for the last 24 years. All my teachers are doing. I have achieved a zero tuition school in my life, wherein in last 24 years, not a single child has ever been failed. Because in school also the same teacher is teaching, at home also the same teacher is teaching. Through online means, you don't have to travel. You can do it. I will detail this project to you and we'll send you all this thing.
So one more question.
Yes.
What is true holistic education and how does the Z curriculum takes care of the holistic education? That's from Gopinath.
Okay. Captain Gopinath ji, thank you so much for asking this question, which relates very well with this today's discussion. You see, anything of Z-Learn you get into. Litera Octave if you go, BLDs if you go, learning resources if you see, e-content if you see, your trainings if you see, LMS is coming up now, LMS you will see, study and learn will come up, you will see that also. Everything revolves around only holistic education. It's not taught in bits and pieces. It's not taught only the curriculum which is designed in terms of NCF, National Curriculum Framework. However, what we have done is that what child needs to know to compete in competitive examinations is blended with what the child needs to have for education to upbring his life. So it's a blend of both the things. Okay. Any other question?
Sir, what is the definition of success?
Wow.
Divyanshi.
Okay. So definition of success is very simple. If you wanted to hear me for next 5 minutes, I am successful. If you want that he should now end the session, is other way around. Success means what you want to do, you are able to do. Okay, I don't define the success in the parameters of earning money, buying cars, buying bungalows and other things. I relate the success to my own self-satisfaction of me doing something tangible for my life and making difference to other lives. That is what the definition of my life for success is.
Sir, sometimes kids become very stubborn on fulfilling their wish, be it be a toy or be it be buying a chocolate for them, be it be reading more sometime. So sometimes it feels like we can fulfill their demands, and sometimes it makes us worried. So how can this be tackled?
Okay, so I hope what I'm going to say, moms will pardon me. Huh? First, you commit that you will pardon me what I'm going to say. Huh? Mothers are responsible for those, tantrums of the children. How? When the child was born, was he too demanding? No. The child, when he was born, was he not expressive? I will say yes. Child, when he was born, was he manipulating for anything? I will say no. Child, when he was born with everything which a best of human being should have. Yes, no. Every child has that everything while he was born, which a successful person in his life should have. But moms taught him how to take bribes. An officer, when caught taking bribes, I say, go and catch his mother. She taught him. How? In very, very small little things, which gets stored here in subconscious mind. For example, when he's crying, you switch off the TV or provide mobile to him. When he's not eating, you switch on the cartoons and then you throw some food into his mouth. And then later, when he developed the habit of watching TV, you say he's not listening to me. To keep quiet, sometimes you bribe him by giving a chocolate. And later you feel that he's asking chocolate time and again. Anything the child is doing today which you do not like is taught by you only. Child was not born with these qualities. However, there is nothing to worry. This can be turned around by little, this thing. For example, I'll give you an example. I have learned everything hard way because I don't quote the books. I've learned from life. One day, my daughter, when she was 5 years old, she asked me to buy something from the toy shop in the mall. I went with her. I set the rules. The rules were that you can spend 200 rupees today and you can buy anything out of that 200. Nothing beyond that. I went with her and sat down in the store in one corner and gave her freedom. So she bought one toy, then other toy, then other toy, then another toy, and she kept on, asking me which one should I buy. I gave her 100% freedom that you buy whichever you want to, but the cost has to be only 200 rupees. I achieved two things out of this. The limit fixed, that this is the money available to me to spend. Out of this much money, I have to do the best. And she did that. Today, she is an author of 6 English poetry books. And she's youngest author in the world. Okay. So this is just a small example I have given to you. I keep trying. Like once when my first daughter was born, my wife used to run after her for feeding her. Okay. And she was running and my wife was running and nothing was happening. So I stopped my wife and told her, don't feed her till she asks for. And she started eating whatever was, placed in front of her. Okay. Now, today, what is happening? Why we are becoming pigeon moms? We are serving everything on a platter to the child. And then we are asking that the child ask me, when I had headache, child is asking me to give me the milk. He can't take the milk from the kitchen. He can't, take the food from the kitchen. You made this. I'm preparing the mothers and fathers for, even if the child asks for a glass of water, please tell him, go and get 2 glasses of water from the kitchen, one for me and one for you. I will not give you a glass of water. See the change. Make him independent. Okay. When he will be married, he is going to certainly have a different time, because his wife is also raised similar way, the way he is being raised. Okay. So if he will ask his wife to give a glass of water, wife will say, bring 2. There he will have a problem. Vice versa. Okay. So I would suggest that stop driving the children. Keep them on a very, very basic required standards. Have set family rules. And if you have settled family rules, like for example, dinner everyone will have on dining table, not in front of TV. And the one who will not sit on dining table will not get the dinner. This is mother's order. Can this be implemented or not? And those 20 minutes of dinner will make your life, let me tell you, my dear mothers, 20 minutes of dinner will make your life of your child. Because that is the time where you will be talking to him, interacting with him, touching him in his heart, finding what is going wrong or right. So these are few things which we keep talking, and these are all things inbuilt in my projects of those 101 projects of education beyond the books. So I hope that Chennai could be one of the best schools where I can implement in letter and spirit all my projects to make the children successful and showcase to entire country that, look, the children can be at this level also. And we will make sure that this happens.